This past week, my beautiful sister was arriving from Mallorca, and my wonderful friend Brian and his partner Gareth were flying in from Australia. I took out a few days to shop for ingredients and cook all I could in advance and try to renovate the guest bedrooms upstairs a little. Having worked on the bathroom, do you remember the one I painted green and stenciled, and our new bedroom, I was fairly familiar with the crumbling plaster situation, but Guido had his own dose of it when he started chipping away at a few little cracks and half the wall fell away.
Che cazzo hanno usato qui per fare sti lavori? La merda, io non capisco. Porca puttana, maledetta.
There wasn't enough time to completely strip back all the walls to stone and replaster them, which is what needs to be done. My father kindly filled in the gaps, and both my parents gave each room a very light coat of paint to freshen them up. I masking taped the batiscopa and put up some curtains with Gianfranco. We also put up a new vintage ceiling light.
Amore, non puoi tenere la lampadina, no?
Why he's got a razor? Why does he go from a...
And then I planted some new hydrangeas, which I know are Gareth's favourites and also mine. My parents planted flowers around the pool for the start of the new swimming season, even though they've been doing a cold plunge single lap of the pool every morning all winter. So I'm just cutting some wildflowers. Gianfranco's sleeping and hoping I can make a big enough bunch to make a centerpiece for the table. This man drives his truck of fruit up from Sicily every week or so and has the best oranges. For my sister's arrival, I made a blood orange and chocolate chip cinnamon cake. It is so lovely to have her back here with Gianfranco, who adores her, even though she has to work remote. We ate smoked salmon with fresh salad and lemons from the garden and toasted rye bread.
You have your bread, look.
For Brian and Gareth, I first prepared a slow-cooked ragu and then also a flourless chocolate pear and almond cake.
That's my hands been shaking.
Guido was in Florence working and he went to buy another terracotta pot for more hydrangeas, so Gianfranco and I were measuring what size we needed.
Possiamo misurare questo vaso, amore? Lo fai te? Bravo, sì, così. Bravissimo. Quanto è lungo? Quanto è lungo? Vediamo? Quanto è lungo? Oh, there's no Monica. It's all green now. Yeah, so then that's a part.
No, no,
Wow! And I pre-prepared a spicy chili chutney with frigidelli. These are sweet green peppers. And I serve this sometimes with meat, or I serve it over eggs in the morning for breakfast. I also made a short crust pastry in advance and filled it with frangipan, then put it in the freezer to add fruit later on. I find this is a good way to not be baking the desserts when your guests are there. So if I've sort of done most of it, then I can just add the strawberries on the day that I want to serve the dessert. The roses have all bloomed and everything is lush and green, not like when Brian and Gareth normally visit in July and August. I like to set the table with candles and flowers and napkins well before the guests arrive, even in the morning if they arrive in the evening, just so that that's one less thing I have to do. The chocolate and pear cake I made, I think, a day before, or even 2 days before, because it just gets better with time and it can be kept in the fridge without drying out. You'll find the recipe for flourless chocolate cake on my site, and this is just an adaptation where I added fresh pear.
I should have done a video, but...
In the mornings and at sunset, my sister, who is also a trained yoga teacher, led a class on the terrazza. We all went to morning mass in the church together. Then for breakfast, toast with poached eggs and bacon, avocado, and my chili frigidelli chutney. My parents and sister chatted and swam in the pool with Brian and Gareth. They get on very well because Brian has been holidaying with our family for many, many years. Guido, meanwhile, picked fresh artichokes from our hill for a pasta dish that he prepared for the primo. And I, meanwhile, made a double-layer lemon and ricotta cake for dessert. Our orto is producing so much now, about 7 zucchine a day. Gianfranco gets so excited to see new vegetables appear every morning, as if by magic. And in fact, I'm almost as surprised as he is. One feels that at this speed, if you were to just stand still for half an hour, you'd literally see them grow.
That's okay.
Grazie, amore.
After the primo of pasta con I carciofi that Guido prepared, we served marinated barbecue salmon with asparagus, which is so delicious and in season now, and also some zucchine and frigitelli.
Silly moon. You know when you get they really have the roots. It's not that old. Then obviously you can go to Trapani, Marsala, and then we go to Siracusa. I highly recommend Oh, guarda. Oh, stop over. Everybody shut up. Stop overachieving. So
Wow, we can like go right behind you
when
in
you
a
guys,
masterpiece.
do you hire a coach? Like when you go, do you just get the best time we have?
Good, very good that you're going to Sicily.
Well, I've never been, so I just said run.
Stromboli for me. Because you literally hike an hour and there's this thing.
Yeah.
Like throwing out lava.
Yeah, spewing lava.
Yeah. And they say, yeah, last year it got a bit rough. Yeah. We had to leave the island because the island exploded. Whatever. Wow. Can you put something heavy down there?
Wow! Wow! Hold on!
You're so cute. Whose wedding is it? Is this our wedding cake?
It is!
It was
If
on
I
the way
miss
to
party,
church this morning.
as long as we don't have to come to Australia, we will host it.
We've got a church here.
Yeah, we will.
Can you imagine?
Brian and Gareth are back. And they didn't come here without a lot of adventure.
Oh,
Let's
not bring it up. I left my phone in a taxi, and then I spent 3 days looking for it on Find My iPhone, and I got it back thanks to Guido.
But anyway, they're here now, and
We're having the best time.
they're coming. They've chosen to come in
in
spring instead of summer,
La
which
primavera. It's a game changer. Come to Italy in April and May.
Don't tell the people.
Actually, no. July and August is a lot better.
Stop it.
go for it, yeah.
So much pressure.
Che dove ti siedi, amore?
Dove ci siete?
For dinner, my mother made a lentil and eggplant moussaka,
We're matching tonight.
and I served the strawberry tart with thick whipped cream. We played board games until late in the evening and even broke out the karaoke machine.
Poi mi chiedi come sto, perché? E se Ramadan alla TV, da Jackie Chan, fuma la lire, mi chiede come va, ma fa è difficile stare il mondo quando perdi l'orgoglio.
One lunch we ate out at a beautiful restaurant where they cook the meat on an open fire. We had bistecca and wild boar and a local wine that was made from the vineyards we had just driven through that morning. We explored a little village and followed the sound of medieval drums, and to our delight ended up in a piazza with teenagers performing the ancient art of flag throwing.
Bravissima!
It was so special. We just heard these drums from the car park. Carly's like, run, we've got to run. And we didn't know what we were running at. And then all of a sudden these flags were just flying. It was amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
and Brian is almost orchestrated inadvertently
The
a
entire scene.
a Parvel flag accident, calling out.
Afterwards, we got gelato and went home for more karaoke in the afternoon sun.
Let me scoppia la testa. Woo! Sakumunga sakubega nasi patapa. Sakumunga sakubega nasi patapa.
And during their stay, Brian even caught the hatching of one of the eggs in the window of his room.
Look, Gianfranco. Gianfranco, guarda. Look, it's a little babies.
Another lunch, I roasted orata in the oven with tomatoes, olives, lemons, and fresh herbs, and served it with roast potatoes and sautéed asparagus. For dinner, I made a very simple pasta alla sorrentina, and while I put Gianfranco to bed, which took quite a while because he's teething, the others curled up and watched Under the Tuscan Sun for the millionth time. Funny how, even though it's a Hollywood film and the narrative is so different from the book, I have to say much of the film really does feel like our life here sometimes. And then Brian and Gareth departed for Sicily and we all returned to work. And I thought about how each year they come and visit, the house is a little further ahead. One year there was a giant rectangular hole in mud where the pool would be. I was heavily pregnant and they were helping me move all the cutlery and crockery from the kitchen upstairs to the one downstairs that we had just built. Another year they were in our bedroom and bathroom trying to help us decide how we could do the layout. Every year they come back and the chicken coop is still not finished, but slowly this property is becoming more and more of a home. I hope you enjoyed this little look into our stay. Sometimes I don't want to film too much because I just want to be present with them and not make my family and my friends feel that they are being filmed. But I know you all adore Brian. In fact, every time he goes to Rome, he is always stopped on the street by people who watch this channel, and he might actually be coming back. So if you have any requests of what you would like to see him do or speak about, then do let me know in the comments. Thank you all for watching, and thank you as always to my patrons who kindly donate to this channel. And I will see you next time. Alla prossima.